Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm back with another Fate Grand Order video. And today, we're going to be talking about the other GSSR banner that's coming with the 8th anniversary, which is going to be Destiny Order. So that's going to be today's video. I hope you like it. If you do, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So, to get some things out of the way about Destiny Order that you need to know, when is the 8th anniversary coming up? It's going to be here on the 5th of July. How many times can you summon on the Destiny Order? I get asked this a whole bunch because there's Destiny Order and the Lucky Bag. You can both do them once. You can do a Destiny Order once. You can pick a single Lucky Bag. People keep mentioning this. I don't know why. I thought I said it beforehand, but just to make sure. And when someone leaves a comment, I will tell them again, you can only do this once. You can only do Destiny Order once. Some other differences between the two of them is that Destiny Order costs 30 premium. To get 30 premium, you're going to need to get Saint Quartz that the game itself does not consider bonus quartz. When you pay for Saint Quartz, they give you additional ones, so I believe for this pack you need about... Okay, slight cut there, but I'm back. The pack you would need to buy is the one that actually contains 42 Saint Quartz plus 34 bonus ones, which would be the 39.99 pack, the one that has a total of 76, but like I said there, 34 of those are bonus, and 42 of them count as paid quartz. If you wanted to try to do it the cheapest way, I guess you could buy the $23.99 one, and then buy the $3.99 pack, and then a 99 cents a single Saint Quartz pack. That would give you exactly 30. Again, I really don't like that they do this system, because again, they want you to use the paid quartz, and it's so weird that they consider some of the quartz you paid not actually paid quartz, and actually here's a bonus that we decided to give you. You also notice how I said that it's paid. That means if you're free to play, you can't do it. Shoutouts to all the people who watch these videos knowing for a fact that they can't do it because they're free to play. I think it's better for you to leave the video and not have to worry about GSSR from this point forward, but if you continue to watch, I thank you a whole bunch. It really does help out the channel a whole bunch, but feel free to leave if this doesn't concern you if you're free to play, unfortunately. I wish it was the other way, because I also it would be nice if I could just not have to worry about the premium thing. Hey everyone, this is Future Wokey here, just cutting in real quick to tell you another thing that I forgot to say the difference. You can only get Draco in Destiny Order. You can't get it in Lucky Bag because Nasu said he only wants you... The reasoning he gave is that for GSSRs, you have to specifically call out to beasts, and he doesn't want them to randomly show up for you. It's a bunch of bullshit. The reason is that he doesn't want you to get it easier, so it's not in the lucky bags. Hopefully it changes for JP this year, because it's going to be more annoying as they continue to release more beast units, but whatever. Okay, past Wokey, feel free to take over now. And then finally, the way that this banner works is that you get to pick the units on it. This is why I'm going to be trying to do the video this way, which is me actually just picking my Destiny Order. Because I need to figure out what to actually summon on. I don't know, and the other thing that's holding me back is that I don't know what Lucky Bag to go for, because I'm obviously going to be doing Destiny Order first, and if I get the unit on the Destiny Order, that changes what I would want for the Lucky Bag. So that's why for today's video, it's going to be really more me looking at it and showing my thought process of how to pick it, because I think this banner in particular is huge variance for everyone. We're talking people who like meta, we're talking people who like just have their faves up there, we're talking people who have stuff at like NP5 who need 1 copies. It's so many different variables in play to pick your perfect Destiny Order that only really you can do it, and only you can really make the decision, but I can at least show you how I come to my decisions and my kind of thought process, and hopefully that helps you in some kind of way. If you do want a longer video where I actually legitimately talk about every single one of the units on here, oh, please don't want that. It would be so unbelievably long. At that point, I may as well just get my brother on and we can have insanely long podcast length talking about every single one of the banner units. Either way, let's go on and we'll go with this by class. And speaking of my brother, to show you an example of someone picking the Destiny Order the way that suits them the best, my brother actually gave me an image of what he's picking for his Destiny summon, so here it is. He has for the one of the extra slots, which I believe is the first or the second one, is Passion Lip. And then we have Summer BB as the other, so those are his 2 extra slots kind of taken up. For his Lancer, he has Bhima. For his Archer, he has Durga. For his Saber, he has Charlemagne. For his Rider, he has Constantinos. For his Rider, no, if it's for his caster, he has Da Vinci. For his Berserker, he has Mamareko over here. And then all the way in the back over here, chilling out on the mountain, is the true old man of the mountain, Lee. And that is his assassin pick. And this is the perfect example of my brother picking all the ones that he would want for his own personal enjoyment, plus stuff that he's missing, plus stuff for whatever reason that he wants. Because I know he has Summer BB, but that doesn't stop him from wanting more copies of Summer BB and stuff like that. So I feel like this is a very good, like, case to look at and be like, oh yeah, this is the way you should kind of build Destiny Order, is looking at your box, picking your faves. You'll notice that there's no supports here because he doesn't need them for the most part. He needs the actual people that go with the supports. Very nice image. Thank you for making it for us, Brother Knux. Even though he's literally like right behind me, you can hear everything I'm saying. All right, so we'll start with Saber picks. So on the Saber banner, on the Saber side, we have Altera, we have Saber herself, Dioscuri, and Mordred, and those are all permanent units. No story lock Sabers. As far as Saber, as long as Saber Limiteds go, we have Arthur, we have Astolfo Saber, Ibuki Doji, Okita, Okita Alter, Sigurd, Charlemagne, Muramasa, the Trung Sisters, Bride Nero, Benny Enma, Miyamoto Masashi, Void Shiki, and Medusa Saber. So originally the way I was going to approach this was I was just going to use this for Medusa Saber because there was no way I was going to be able to get her in 3 multis, and I got her in 2. So this kind of, I actually don't really know a direction to kind of go in. I'm trying to think of if there's anyone here. The other thing that's kind of killer is I don't have a candidate to be my Grand Saber just yet. I really don't. I think my front runner at the moment is probably Bride Nero, just because my Bride Nero is, I believe, MP3. Can I actually check that? I think I still have it on there. I'm almost positive I have mine MP3 because I got her from, I think, a GSSR once. And when she was originally released, I got her again. It would be very funny if it turns out that I actually have her much higher than that, and I have like an insane NP level on Nero. Let me check on this one. No, it's 3. So I could potentially put her in the Saber slot to see if I can get her to NP4. Benny Enma also is someone who's NP2. I could go in that direction. In terms of units that I'm missing, it would be nice to kind of have Summer Okita just because you can always use them during summer. And Muramasa I'm missing, but I'm not like the biggest Muramasa head in the world. Plus I have plenty of AoE options at the moment for arts. So I don't really feel like I'm pulling him that way. Dioscuri I'm missing, but them being permanent, I don't know. You have to really be dedicated to the character to put him in your permanent slot, I feel. So for the time being, I'm thinking it's somewhere between Musashi, Void Shiki, and Summer Okita Alter. I think I'm going to go for Summer Okita Alter. Just because I've been trying to make a Shinsengumi team work with my brother for like a challenge quest type scenario, and we unfortunately do not have the stronger members of the Shinsengumi, which is Okita. We have Summer Okita J-Soji, which is the weakest Okita in the game. I have regular Okita Alter as well, but it's not the same thing. It's either between... Oh, I could also use regular Okita, to be honest with you. A single target Quicksaber would be kind of nice. I don't think I have one of those. I've always been more partial to summer units, though. So you know what? For my Saber slot, I'm going to say it's summer... Okita Alter over here. I think that's what I'm going to go. Locked in, Summer Okita Alter. Let's move on to the archers. For archers, we have Arjuna, we have Orion, or Artemis, depending on how you want to call him. Napoleon, Minamoto no Tamatoma. Did I even say that right? Minamoto no Tamatoma. Yeah, Tametomo. Sure, close enough. Nikola Tesla. It bothers me now that I'm studying Japanese, and I know for a fact I could have said that better, but whatever. Artorium Pendragon, aka Summer Saber. Ishtar, Gilgamesh, Old Moriarty, Summer Jean, Sei Shonagon, Takatsuji, Super Orion, and Durga. I feel like this one just kind of is pretty easy. I think it's probably Durga. So the ones that I'm missing from here are Orion, Tomitomo, Gilgamesh, Moriarty I'm definitely missing from here. Summer Jean I'm also missing. Takatsuji I'm missing, and Durga. Let me see one thing that's very specific about Durga, because I definitely do want Durga, but the bigger issue is that there's a unit coming up later that I also want that basically kind of replaces her, which is a very unfortunate, but it is what it is. I have to see her skills. It requires 3 of these silver ones. Do I really want to... Let me see. Takatsuji, let me see your skills real quick. This is literally how my thought process goes, is how easy is it for me to ascend you? Takatsuji's not that bad. I could go for Gilgamesh, only because I think at that point I would have all the servants from Fate Stay Night and Zero finally. For some reason, Gilgamesh is the one that... Well, the reason is because I never chased Gilgamesh, to be honest with you. But I could just put him in there in the slot. It's between him and Durga. I guess it what do I care more about? Completion? Or do I care about a unit that will eventually get replaced? The other... this one's actually very tough. Very tough for me. Just because I don't really, It's unfortunate I already have Super Ryan, otherwise I would have just picked up. I think I'm going to go Durga, so... Durga will be my archer pick for this one. I'll be pretty satisfied with getting Durga, I think. I would be. Yes, I would be. Alright, next, Lancer. On the Lancer side, we have Vitra, Enkidu, Karna. Someone most recently was ashamed of me because I didn't have Karna in my Lancer slot. And it said, you have 3 whole slots, you didn't put Karna in one of them. I'm like, I'm pretty sure my Karna maybe is 1-1-1. I think I checked after this. It's like 4-10-1-4 or something like that. Bradamante. Artoria Lancer, better known as Saber Lancer, Lion King. Bhima. Erishkigal. Sakamoto Ryoma. Skahawk. Tamamo. Summer Tamamo. Britomart. Brynhildr, Melusine, and Romulus Quernus. I think for the most part Melusine is kind of going in there, but I also have to think about who do I want. Is any of these units potentially there to be my Grand Lancer? I feel like the one that would most have the potential of that is probably Skahawk, because I'm a big Skahawk mark myself. I absolutely love her. She has one of my most fondest memories of the early days, back when during the early days, I was able to pull her on my NA account. So funny enough, I guess this is some small backstory the way it goes. On JP, the reason I quit the first time and the reason I joined for the first time is that I saw Skahawk and I said, I want that unit. I told my friend, is she coming up? He's like, yeah, she is. So I saved up everything for her, and this is before the days of the pity. So I used all my new sync quartz that I got. I tried for her, completely failed, didn't get a single 5-star, didn't even get a 4-star. And I told my friend, this is complete crap. Are you telling me that this is the way it is all the time? He said yes. And I said, this is stupid. And I quit the game. Also, I couldn't read the story, which was another big thing. But he was like, oh, no, it's okay. You can just read the fan translated stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do that. I want to actually read it through the game. If they ever make an English version, I'll be there. And then it happened. When her banner came out, because she was an early year unit, I went to go pull her. I got her, and I was super excited. Told my sister, who at that point was currently with my brother doing constant rerolls trying to get to Skahawk, and she basically looked at me and said, "Is for me?" And I had to go, oh, and then I ended up buying her own Skahawk account, because I knew that by that point I had Skahawk, I had Waver, and it was super early in, and I had Altera as well. I knew my sister was not going to play for the next, like, month after this. It was all for the beginning time for here. So I bought an account from someone, which I think is breaking a TOS, but it's okay, because she since stopped playing. But yeah, I bought it specifically for her with her on it, so I could keep my original account and not feel like a terrible big brother. So yeah, you know what? Screw it. She's my Lancer pick. After that story, she's my Lancer pick. Locked in for this one. Next, we'll go Rider. The Rider choices are Achilles, Europa, Ozymandias, Odysseus, Taigong Wong, Nemo, Francis Drake, Quetzalcoatl, who's going to be the pick for this one, by the way, Queen Maeve, Summer Rider Alter, better known as Artoria Pendragon Rider Altar for Summer. Ivan the Terrible, Iskandar, Bakken, Konstantinos, Simigi Reigns, and Leonardo da Vinci Rider, or Lily da Vinci. Yeah, it's gonna be Quetz. It's gonna be Quetz. I love Quetz. Quetz is my favorite. Quetz is my favorite character in the game. Second favorite is Cuckoo right behind her because... Alright, you just heard a cut there because I had to cut out a spoiler as I got into a big void talking about Quetzalcoatl and Lost Belt 7, and I figured I didn't give a spoiler warning up front, so I'm just gonna cut that completely. Either way, I love Quetz. She's currently MP3 for me because she is fucking story logged, which means the only way to get her is to get one of the random banners that features her, which show up at Valentine's Day or other random parts of the year. She's not permanent, she's not limited, so she means they also lock her out of stuff like the lucky bags, which is super fucking annoying. So it's kind of hard to get her MP5 if you were not going for it specifically. And so I'm gonna choose her. I always pick her for this slot in the lucky bag. Not for lucky bag, for Destiny Order. I did this last year. I'm doing it here. If I get her, I'll be able to have her NP4. And then I can work on MP5 and the final slot, which I think at that point, if I actually pulled her from this, I might start saving for her next banner and just doing a video saying, it's time to finish the fight. It's time to finish my story. I need to get Quetzal to her final form. Because this is obviously my Grand Rider. Like, there's no... I'm only doing the new thing that just released with the Bleached Earth. I've only done Rider. No other class has any work done on them. It's only Rider. I actually can't continue in Rider because Quetz has been the only Rider I've ever used. I had Ozymandias at, like, NP3 before I had Quetz at MP3. And I chose to not use him. I chose to use her instead. To the detriment of the entirety of my other Riders. So now I actually have to start farming Bond with my other Riders. Because they've gone so underused. Because I've only been using Quetz. So yeah, Quetz is my pick. If it wasn't for Quetz being on here, or if I already had her NP6, Semi-Yi would be the next one I would pick, because she's also very good as a support unit, and is a very different kind of support, and I would like her very much. So yeah, Quetz. That's my long way of saying Quetz is cool. Release Summer Quetz, you fucking cowards. Lost Belt 7 Summer. I need it. Give it to me. You already have one of them in the game. Just release the other ones. Bring back the dinosaurs. Free-to-play first male summer unit can be the dinosaur from Lost Belt 7. The Shiki dinosaur. Make it happen. Anyway, Caster is the next pick. The units that are on this one are Anastasia, Songzong, Sherazade, Waver, Tamamo, Castoria, Akoni, Ilya, Scotty, Summer Nero, Merlin, Miss Crane, Murasaki Shikabue, and Leonardo da Vinci. This one's pretty tough. I think the ones I'm missing from here are Merlin, Miss Crane, Murasaki Shikabue, Summer Nero, and Da Vinci. I have all the rest, which is funny to think about now that I say it out loud. I would 100% get Murasaki Shikabue because I really like her character, and I like all Raida servants, and I would like to have all of them. The only issue with that is my Sherazade is at MP2, so for the most part, when it comes to AoE casters, I'm kind of, when it comes to AoE casters for arts, I'm pretty solid. And if you're saying, like, are any of these grand candidates for you? No, for me, it's going to be Daikokutin, which I also have to figure out a way to get more copies of Daikokutin. But that is going to be my grand caster of choice. I've already made that kind of locked in. I have those two kind of locked into my head at the moment. The problem is that I feel like there's a kind of feels bad if I go for Merlin. I did do that a long time ago. My brother went for a GSSR with Merlin on it, knowing that he already had Merlin, and he really didn't want Merlin for NP2, even though he likes Merlin as a character. He didn't need him for additional copies, and when he pulled Merlin, I laughed at him, which makes it feel like that would be almost guaranteed for Merlin to show up for me for that specific reason. And I don't know. For some reason, when I look at, you know, no, I need it. I need it for the Buster memes for Quetz. I literally need Merlin, so I'm gonna pick Merlin for this one. Some other ones I would have thought about is Akoni, just because she has a very specific niche that's hard to kind of fit in with being a single target quick caster. So I would kind of like her for that. The other candidates, of course, Miss Crane. I like Miss Crane. I think she's funny. I would be interested to use her as a support. Murasaki Shikibu, for similar reasons. I really like her character. I think she's also very good, so I could use her that way. Da Vinci, I also think is pretty solid, and is obviously Da Vinci. And, oh, the most annoying thing is that there's an interlude fucking locked to this version of Da Vinci. And I've always been curious about that one, because it talks about post-singularity stuff, which I've always wanted to read, but I don't have her. Well, maybe my brother is going for her, so if maybe he gets her, I can tell him, hey, before you finish that, let me do let's do a video where we read it, because I'm very curious, actually. Alright, next is Assassin. On Assassin side, we got Osoka Behime, we got Kashin Koji, we got Jack the Ripper, Li Shuwen, we have Kama, Cleopatra, coming back at ya, Hyunzo, Shuten Doji, Semiramis, Tezcatlipoca, that's not how you say his name. Tezcatlipoca. I keep saying Pika, even though it's not, like Pikachu. Tez. From this point on, Tez. Mysterious Heroine X, Vitch, and of course the original Old Man of the Mountain, King Asan. I feel like if I didn't get Tez, I could kind of go for Tez, but I also want to get Tez because I would love more NP copies of Tez. But I'm also pulling on the new man banner for Tez specifically, so I don't think I need to use Tez on here unless I want to just get Tez on Tez on Tez. But I could also just use Tez. I feel like Tez would probably be my Grand Assassin. I would have to do a little bit more soul searching on it. But he is the brother of Quetz, and I feel like that, like, literal next to each other. He's my best shot of Quetz getting a summer unit, because there's no way in hell that they can do an entire summer event where he is literally the brother and their brothers and sisters, or brothers and brothers, depending if you want to go to the original God thing. I would be actively angry if they found a way to make an entire event focused on Tez and Quetz did not show up in any capacity. I would not be this mad since Quetz being the savior of Summer 2 and never getting a follow-up. She saves everyone in that story. Ishtar fucks up everything, and then Quetz shows up at the end and says, I'll solo this, and then saves the day, and they never bothered to give her another summer unit, and they never bothered to give her a summer unit, and it's always bothered me in the back of my head. I've always said they should have did it, especially when Maeve got hers. I'm like, oh, you know what would be perfect? Now that Maeve has it, her old pal from the second summer event? No? Okay. I think I feel the same way about Sherazade, that Sherazade has never gotten her own summer unit. I think it's actually a travesty, but I can make an entire video talking about travesties of summer. I should do a video with my brother talking about what do we think the potential summer units are going to be for this year. So we can fail, and I'll be sad when none of my favorites get picked. Anyway, I think I'll go for on here. I wouldn't mind one of these. The one thing I will say about, I know I said at the beginning, like, hey, permanent server pools, you have to really be dedicated to them. But in reality, it has been close to 8 years, and I've not pulled some of these units that have been in the game since pretty close to day one. I think Enkidu showed up about a year later. I've never pulled Enkidu in the 7 years since. I've never pulled some of these units ever going for them, so maybe it's not ultra. I've gone in some, like, I've gone in waiver to MP5, but I've never actually thought about, like, how hard it is to actually get them. So it doesn't feel like a complete waste to actually pick one if it's your favorite. But none of them are really speaking out to me at the moment, though I did like Kashin Koji. I feel like the event kind of did her a little dirty because they didn't follow up to it too much. I'll just accept it. It's Tez. I'm gonna go with Tez. I like Kama, but I've never needed Kama stronger, and she gets an MP upgrade that makes her stronger, so I don't really see the need for NP2. Unless I was a big Kama fan, then obviously I would instantly try to get her NP5 because holy shit, she's insane. Next. I also do like Li Wen, but similar to other reasons, Kama is kind of the way to go at the moment, and I'm perfectly satisfied as far as single targets go with Kama. Berserker. We have Vlad, we have Galatea, we have Zhang Yu, we have Nightingale, Colin Alter, Arjuna Alter, Ibuki Doji Berserker, but Summer Ibuki. I don't know why I called her by her full government name. Kentoki, Rikyu, Mysterious Heroine X Alter, Hijikata, Raiko, Musashi, and Morgan. Huh. Well, in terms of ones I'm missing, this one's a little bit funky because it's Galatea, Zhang Yu, Alter, Rikyu, and I believe that's it. It's a little bit awkward just because I know Rikyu is eventually going to get replaced, and I really like that quick unit. So for me personally, I would kind of go for a Louis when she comes up. I'm definitely going to be going for Louis. And I won't have the infinite St. Quartz glitch that everyone else put themselves into negatives to use, so I'm not going to be able to get her easy NP5 like they did, at the ultimate cost, of course. Alter, I could kind of go... Problem is, Alter, I don't know. I know he's a good unit, but he's never spoke. I like regular Something about Alter being Maeve's, like, OC has always felt a little bit weird to me. And maybe the story parts of him have changed a little bit, and to be fair, whenever he's had story stuff since the original America story, he's been fine. But I don't know, something has never sat 100% right with me. And as far as Horseman goes, not really interested, and Galatea at this moment, not really interested in her or her gigantic pants. The other really good Berserkers on here, like Summer Ibuki, I already have at MP5. I could try and go for 6. I could try for going for 6. I could go for there. We have Arjuna Alter, I already have him. I'm pretty satisfied where he is right now. Kentoki, I already have him. I'm pretty satisfied. Morgan, I'm satisfied. I could go for more Musashi just because her buff is coming up pretty soon. That will make her anti-Saber. So I'm thinking it's between Summer Ibuki, Raiko, and Musashi? I think I'm going to go Raiko. Because I would like more copies of Raiko, and her buff is coming up pretty soon, and I'll be using her a lot more. And I would like her to be stronger so I'd have more reason to use her. So you know what? For the Berserker slot, I'm locking her in right now. Easy slot. Next we have Extra 1, which is Rulers, Avengers, Moon Cancers. Obviously there's no story locks for this one. We have Jeanne d'Arc. We have Nitocris Alter. We have Jinako. Her last name is, I've never... Karigari? Something like that. Amakasu Shiro. We have so many other units to go from. We have Saber Ruler, Summer Saber Ruler, Pope Joan, Karen, Young Moriarty, the Mothman, Shi Huangdi, Sherlock, Summer Scotty, Himiko, Summer Kama, Dantes, Jean Jalter, Space Ishtar, Kakakiyo, Demon King Nobunaga, Archetype Earth, Kiara, and Summer BB. Summer BB and Summer Kiara. So, one of the banners that I want to summon for on here, which is going to be the Lucky Bags, the reason I'm not summoning on it is because I don't know how I feel about getting Arc at MP level 1, which would be her right here. I would be happy with getting another copy for Summer Scotty. I'd be okay on Arc. No, I would be happy on Arc. I'd be okay on Lady Avalon because I don't really feel like I'd need it, but it would be very nice and helpful. And Summer Ibuki, I'm also fine with getting the last NP6 copy that I need if it comes to that. So I'm thinking I'm picking Arc for this one to see if I can get Arc, and then at that point I can start picking Arc for some of the other GSSRs that she's kind of featured on. And I think that will kind of work out for me. So I think for this one, I'll lock in Arc. I'll say Arc is here for my Extra 1. And then finally, we have Extra 2. 0 on the permanent side, but that's because they haven't been released yet for us. Setonia, Doman, Kita Alter, King Protea, Rasputin, Bunyan, Super Bunyan, I should say specifically, regular, non-summer Kiara, Bazette, Melt, Tiamat, Abby, Summer Abby, Voyager, Hokusai, Cuckoo, Jacques de Molde, Voyager, Sky of Darkness, Yangafoy, Oberon, Lady Avalon, and Sodom's Beast, aka Draco. I should have mentioned it at the beginning, which I'll probably have to edit back and add this in. But this is, you can only choose beast slots for GSSR. And this is the only one that you have to use. So if you're someone who was looking to try and get Draco off of the GSSR, it means that you lock yourself out of all these other ones, which I think is kind of fucked because Cuckoo is also on here, Oberon's on here, Voyager's on here. There's a lot of good ones with a lot of varied, like Domin's on here, King Protea's on here, Lady Avalon's on here. There's a lot of like good fan favorites on here, along with really strong units on here. And Draco is both of those, obviously, so it's obvious someone's going to pick it. It'd be nice, but it is a very tough choice to be here. Thankfully, I don't think I really care if my Draco has NP2, so I don't think I need to go for her. I think I'd much rather go for... I think Van Gogh. I think Van Gogh is the one. I think I've mentioned it before in this lucky bag. There's two units that it would be between, and you're not going to believe it when I say it. It's going to be between Van Gogh and Super Bunyan. The reason being is that Super Bunyan's banner, from what I remember, isn't... Actually, the Super Bunyan banner is not that bad, now that I look at it, because, again, I would be fine with Bakken. It's really only the Trung sisters that I'd be on, but they are new, so that'd be fine. And plus, it gives me a chance at Bazette. But if I can't remember if it's her or if it's... Yeah, it's Van Gogh is the one that's the more rougher one, just because I'm not a big fan of Domin as a person. And I don't really need Kakakio at MP2, and I really don't need Saber Ibuki at MP2 either, even though they're both... all three of them are very good. It would just literally I'm just doing this for Van Gogh, and that's it. And Van Gogh is my current white whale. I feel like if I fail to get her here, I might have to do a couple of, like... I don't know, I'll save for the future and see if I can get her there. It could just be that. So let me see. I think originally this choice was going to be simple. If I did not get Draco, I put in Draco. If I did get Draco and I don't have Cuckoo at MP6, I'd pick Cuckoo. And then I did a single multi randomly and got Cuckoo at MP6. So now both of them are kind of knocked out of here. The other thing I was going to say is, like, obviously, I'll get Tiamat if I didn't get her. I ended up getting Tiamat. So she kind of gets knocked off of it. So a lot of the units here that most people would pick, like Oberon, I already have Oberon. I don't really need him at MP2. I do occasionally grind with him, but it's usually fine with just Black Rail and MP level 1 for what I need. King Protea is actually another pretty nice choice, and she isn't on any of the lucky bags, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because she came out a long time ago, so I don't think she would probably be there. Very, very tough on this one. I'm just going to have to say Van Gogh. I'm just going to have to go with Van Gogh. I'm going to have to hope to God that I'm able to get Van Gogh. And then after I get Van Gogh, I really don't have many excuses left. I have to eventually get Domin. It's literally like my last excuse on there because, unfortunately, Van Gogh works very well with Domins. I think sometimes people leave and say, like, but they work so well together. How do you not like them? Trust me, I know. I'm aware. It's just that, goddamn, I don't like that they work so well together. That they're amazing together, and they can do a whole bunch of things like that. It's kind of annoying when it's like that. But you know what? If I'm able to actually get Van Gogh, I won't have any more excuses, really. My last excuse will go for Van Gogh. I will go for Domin. But only if that happens, so. Alright, that's going to be it for this. Let's just let me do a quick breakdown real quick. So I'll say again, for Saber, it's Summer Okita Altar. For Archers, it's Durga. For Lancers, it is Skahak. For Rider, it's Quetzalcoatl. Or Quetzalcoatl, however you want to pronounce them. For Caster, it's Merlin. For Assassins, it's Tez. For Berserkers, it's Raiko. For Extra 1, it's going to be Arc. And for Extra 2, that's Voyager. And that's basically the full breakdown of what I'm going to be picking. Feel free to share what you think of what you're thinking of getting. I'd be very interested to see what kind of your list kind of go down for. And again, if for whatever reason you do want to hear a very as detailed as possible talk about these units, I can try and do that, but let me tell you, that video would be ungodly long just because of how many units are on here. There's a lot of units on here, and there's a lot of variants to think about when you go for. If you want some, I guess, some last-minute hints about, like, what would be the best pick if you were just, like, here to say, I just joined the game, please just tell me who to pick, I would probably say the easiest go-tos are Castoria for caster. For extra 2, it's pick Oberon, even though Beast is on here. It's Oberon is likely the better one. For Assassins, it's Vitch. For extra 1, it is Scotty. For Berserker, it's a mix between which one do you care about more. If you care more about arts, you go for a Wokey. If you care more about Buster, you can go for Arjuna Alter or Morgan. If you care more about damage, it's definitely Arjuna Alter. If you care more about all-around versatility, it's Morgan. For caster, I already said that. For Rider, I would say probably the best one from here. It's probably Simi just because she is a support unit and she would help a whole bunch. Not to say there's a lot of them would kind of go even in my head, but I definitely think probably it's Reigns because of her support capabilities. For Lancer, it's very obviously Melusane. For Archer, it's really a toss-up between probably Super Orion, Gilgamesh, Ishtar, and Summer Saber, and it really all kind of depends on which way you're kind of leading. If you want pure DPS without attack-based Noble Phantasm, it's Super Orion to go down with crits. If you're looking for an AoE Buster Archer, it's between Gilgamesh and Ishtar. If you're looking for one with a 50% NP charger, it's Ishtar. If you're looking for one to work with a 30%er, which will require Vitch and Oberon, it's Gilgamesh. And if you're just looking for a good single target Archer for arts, it's going to be your girl here. And for Saber, this one I feel like is a real toss-up. I think I personally would pick Bride Nero if I was a brand new player to the game, just because she is a DPS unit and a support unit at the same time. So there you go. Now, let's end the video. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you watch this far, because it does show support to the channel. There'll be more videos coming out pretty soon as we get closer and closer to anniversary, and I have to start releasing more and more of these videos. I actually have to go check to see if they announced that the other thing that's coming, which is the pre-release for anniversary, is coming out yet. Let me see if I can quickly show you what I mean, because this is going to be coming to the game pretty soon. If it hasn't happened yet, it means that this video was able to come out first. Yeah, the pre-release campaign should be happening pretty soon. I have to go check to see if it is, because it's now 9 and it's day roll time. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out, enjoy your day, and goodbye.